How many of you can see through the lies? You know, as he's talking very fast. How many of you can see through the lies? Me, 1. Yeah, you, 2, 3. You see, 100, 200. See, about almost all of you can see through the lies. Abi? Few weeks ago, Wale Edun boldly told us that they have paid 25 million households, 25,000 naira in the last 6 months, which we calculated, and it was over 625 billion naira. Did you hear that clown? What he just said? They only have 30,000 machine that is capturing the data of people. Wale Edun said that they have paid these people through banks. Do you see the contradiction? Then he said the plan is not to be paying them 25,000 naira every month. The plan is to pay them 25,000 naira 3 times in a year. That is 75,000 naira. About that cannot even bag a bag. You can't buy a bag of rice. See the level of poverty that people are going to suffer. It is still doing what do you call it? Press up. I mean, it's not really yet out. When it's finally out, and catch as many of you as possible, and then you're going to say, Oguja. They are not sharing any money to anybody per se, except the normal style, which is gather some handful number of people, 2,000 people here, 5,000 people there, 100 people here. Okay, give them some money, take their pictures, all right, and then run with that and tell the whole world that you have shared trillions of naira to over 80 million people. When you ask them to show the proof and show the register, they will tell you that you know, they will give you they will try to find one excuse to give you, so that's why they can't give you the register. Once in a while, when I actually see through all of this, sometimes I want to feel sorry for people, you know, but it is of no use, you know, if the people themselves are not sorry for themselves. So I've run out of sorry and pity. There's no point in me pretending that I want to feel sorry and say and pity people now, because this is just the beginning. So in part, Tinubu recorded a media chat this evening. Is currently being heard right now on some of their major, media platforms in Nigeria. The first thing he answered was that he has no regrets for removing the subsidy, even though he had any alternative plan for announcing the removal, which was just also a lie, a deceit, you know, that is going to also come to light very soon too. According to Kolu, in that media chat that I just picked up on a moment ago, and he was asked about, did you ever plan or have any alternative for removing subsidy or any regret at all so far that the country is now like toast? His answer.
Mr. President, we must admit, though, that things have been pretty tough this year for many households. And they, perhaps on the back of the reforms that you have also admitted, have been quite tough on Nigerians. With benefit of hindsight, do you think that perhaps you could have phased the removal of subsidy on fuel and the harmonization of forex rates? Or do you think that you could have withheld it until there was a contingency plan?
What's contingency? Where is it? We were spending our future. We are spending our generations' fortune. We were not investing.
But are we
are just deceiving ourselves. That reform is necessary. I could see the smugglers fighting back. That one doesn't affect me. It affects smuggling. Why should you have expenditures that you don't have revenue? I don't want to question people with five limousine type of vehicles on the roads. But we should teach management with all our programs. We have to manage our resources within our means. There's no way out that you give out fuel and allow all the entire neighboring countries as Father Christmas. I don't have any regret whatsoever removing the subsidy. It is necessary. We cannot spend our future generations' investment upfront.
But do you think it should have been done in bits?
It is part of the fear that is unnecessary. Please, no matter how you cut it or you slice it in segments, you still have to meet the bill. So, cut your code. Straight to your side. It's what we must manage. Management is the issue. And we have no choice but to pull the handbrake. Otherwise, we are headed for slippery slopes that will result in financial disaster for not just for us, but our children and grandchildren. Where is the inheritance? Where is the pathway for prosperity?
Nuisance Lele.
Kolu. This is the talking point. That's what they told people. You see, that the subsidy money was being benefited by some people and not Nigerians. Do you get that now? Meanwhile, when they are paying this subsidy, the price of the price of goods were moderate, but to them, that was not acceptable. Okay, but the lies they told the people is that some few people are enjoying the money. What if Tinubu did by announcing that he removed subsidy was to give himself a little time to reshuffle the beneficiaries, remove those ones who belong to the Bokuwari's clan, enjoying it, then replace them with his own guys, including his adopted nephew, Wale Tinubu, the Wando, who is now so rich a business. Person they do a business, and it was almost bankrupt until Tinubu hijacked power. And now, the Ohando that couldn't pay their vendors 2 years ago, that couldn't fulfill all of their financial obligations 2 years ago, they are so rich now that they were able to cough out over $2 million just to bring in Burna Boy and all these guys to come and sing at the end of the year party. Now it is now a multi-trillion naira business. No thanks to Tinubu and his gang, who removed subsidy, put the rest of you in the economic hardship, or you have to pay the sacrifice. Because to them, buying a liter of petroleum for 160 naira per liter was fake life. So you have to pay 1,000 naira or 1,200 naira for a liter of petroleum. And that is the real life. So if that makes all of you pretty much uncomfortable, well, fine. Tinubu has the highest number of ministers, personal advisors, special advisors in the history of Nigeria. Tinubu has appointed over 16,000. You hear me? Over 16,000 appointees in the last 18 months alone. And all of them, they are not adding any kobo, any value to Nigeria economy. They are just drawing from it. He has nearly 50 ministers, highest in the history of Nigeria. The Were bought himself a yacht, bought himself different SUVs, bulletproof SUVs, Escalade and all that. Bought himself a brand, is a local 150 billion naira, presidential jets. And it is you that must, because if they don't remove that money, Nigeria is going to go bankrupt. Nigeria is going to, they are spending your future. They asked him, do you have any plan of reducing your cabinet? This was his answer this evening.
To bring down the cost of governance. I'm not prepared to bring down the size of my cabinet. One, I saw the needs when I put them together. You don't give somebody an assignment that they cannot fulfill. No. Job description must be efficient and effective. Nigeria is a large country, and I'm glad you are here. If you have to entertain over 200 million just on entertainment, calculate how many stewards will you require. That's just, for entertainment. Not the cleaner, not just tables. Excuse me, let's pay attention to efficiency. Efficiency, effectiveness is the hallmark of the philosophy behind that cabinet. I'm not ready to shrink a little bit of it. I need them. And they are all adding value. Effectively. Show me one. And I argue with you. Well, show me one.
He has no plan of reducing his cabinet or cutting down the cost of governance. No. Now you, the citizens must, you must adjust. A bag of rice is 100,000. Must you eat rice? Well, a bag of gari is even more expensive. Go and eat grass. If you cannot afford Gary, go and cut grass outside, wash it, okay, and blend it and make some lulu. Make yourself some lulu and drink it. Must you eat rice? Mr. President, we cannot afford the school fees. Go and queue and collect student loan, or go and put down your name. They will give you 25,000 naira 3 times a year. That should be enough for you for the rest of the year. It's just a support. See, listen. We are doing everything to make Nigeria work for all of you. We are working for you. So please, if it's not working for you, maybe you should go to another country. That is the philosophy of APC. You know, for Tinubu, what's it concern? Well, I mean, what do you want me to do? You know, on the issue of people dying because they have turned to beggars, like millions of Nigerians are like refugees in their own country. This is what he had to say.
The guarantee that the next Christmas and the New Year will be better for Nigeria. What is the guarantee that the average Nigerian will be happier by this time next year than he or she is at this time? Thank you very much. It's a very serious and mixed feeling for all of us to lose loved ones, children, particularly in Oyo State, but then followed by various other reports. But are we looking at it from organizers' point of view? Or are you looking at it from the goodwill gesture of the people trying to give out whatever they have accessed? And it's very sad that people are not well organized. We just have to be more disciplined in our society. Okay. Condolences to those who lost the family member. But it is good to give. I have been given out foodstuffs, commodities, including envelopes and body loan for the last 25 years. I've never experienced this kind of incident because we are organized, prone to discipline, and if you know you don't have enough to give, don't attempt to even give or publicize it. Is the question. No, every society, even in America, they have food banks, they have hungry people. In Britain, they have food banks, they have warehouses, they are organized. They take tokens to be in line and take turns to, to collect. It's unfortunate. We just have to. It's a reflection in our bus stops where we don't even want to be on queue before we rush into the vehicle. It is very sad, but we continue to learn from our mistakes. To me, I see this as a very grave error on the part of the organizers. But things are improving. It doesn't kill our happiness for this season. It should be. We should just get on with it.
Oh boy. God damn it, man. Ah, Nigeria don't, una don't enter around. The question was that look at what is going on, this and that, okay? Is it going to be better next year? Can people be looking for that? You've been saying that things will get better, yeah. So then it went on to say that people died is because of the organizers. And then our people are very much like, disorganized, and they are impatient too. So we should not, because of that, to disturb our happiness for the season. We just have to learn from our mistake and move on, which means your dirty December is still going to be dirty. Now people will die, and they won't finish. So the rest of you, he has one advice for you. If you are complaining about the cost of living, he said you should turn off your lights. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I have to play this again because I know a lot of you don't really like listening to him, but you just have to. This is the calamity that has befallen that contraption. And then, 2 years ago, just about 2 years ago, I remember towards the end of 2022, I remember some of the Ronukus, some of them who are now disguising as repentant Alimajiris on Mayegun's Diary Politico, asking me to come and do giveaway for them and all of that nonsense, okay? They said they were going to, they were going to be drinking my tears, that whether I liked it or not, Tinubu will be president and then go do 8 years. You, Mayegun, you can continue to cry. Today, the whole country is almost crying right now, including the Ronukus. And now, I don't know who is laughing. Who is laughing now? Where is me? I am laughing. He has an advice for you. If you are complaining that things are tough and that, okay? He said, turn off your this, turn off your that. Listen.
Market economy flowing. And people are learning management. My friend used to have about, he bragged to me, he has 5 Rolls Royce. He brought a nice Jeep here. The other day, I saw him in his Honda Accord. Oh, he said, why? He said, that's where you put me. I said, I didn't put you there. He said, that is because of fuel prices. He could no longer maintain 5 limo type of vehicles. It's not negative to learn to manage. You learn to control your electricity bill, switch off the light. Let's learn to manage.
Is Nigeria looking to export?
Oh, una don't enter around. Learn to manage. Prosperity that he is talking about is for his member of his family, as well as his political appointees, and then the political class. Even those of you who claim to be elite, princess, all of now, you learn to manage. Go and sell your car and buy keke. Where countries are talking about economic prosperity. Do you understand? Where you have economic prosperity, which is more people who have more prosperity in that economy, not the political class, the friends of government, while the hard-working people cannot afford to buy a decent car. Baba, you cannot afford to buy a decent car. And you are working. Why criminal politicians are driving the 2025 SUV. They are in Nigeria now. Latest car, brand new Oshara cars. Guess those who are buying them? Politicians. Guess where they are seeing the money? Public fund. For those of you who are hardworking people, poultry farmers, pharmacy, those who have real jobs, they cannot afford to buy keke, and that is a progressing country, Abi. I go hear I remember